Hello everyone, it's October 15th, 2021 right now. I'm still trying to finish this episode from June 7th, I believe it was, the very beginning of June, with Vicky and Wade and friends, and also soon to join us, Alan McGargle and his wife Anna. You can check out their stuff online. They have some wonderful movies, the Bigfoot Alien Connection, the Back 80, lots of things like that. We'll be getting more into that as we get into this episode. For those of you supporting the channel, I sure appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. Sorry I can't keep up with comments. Sorry that here it is October and I'm still working on an episode from June, but that is exactly how busy I've been. Now that the winter's coming and I'm done with all the research, you'll get used to my routine. If you are new to the channel or you don't know me personally, you're going to know that usually starting about April, clear through October, I'm in the woods constantly and also doing my job here in my business. And so it keeps me very busy, but I have more than enough footage. We have had an amazing, phenomenal summer. I'm sorry that it's not like live like a lot of guys because it's not my full-time job, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. I promise that the upcoming events are going to be really earth-shocking to you guys. I had some very first-time things happen to me as far as my Bigfoot research goes. It's just been a phenomenal summer. I also recorded an entire month of elk hunting for you guys. We got some pretty amazing stuff with that as well, so you get to join that adventure. But just be patient because I do this on a part-time basis and I'm a one-man show. So again, thanks for tuning in. Let's get on with the show.
Like, no, Mom, I'm done. You have to sleep in the car. Oh, there he is. It wants nothing to do with it. Who's gonna sleep with that? Can somebody come to bed? She's very concerned. Terribly concerned. Well, good morning. Just up from the second night out here. We're gonna make breakfast this morning. Elizabeth's still in bed. 7 o'clock in the morning. Nothing really happened last night that I'm aware of. Didn't hear anything. It was a nice peaceful night. So tonight we're gonna make biscuits and gravy. Biscuits on the fire with the Dutch oven. And maybe some potatoes. We'll see how motivated we are. Let's get to it. All right, here we go. Attempt number 2. We just need a bigger grass fire, that's all. All right. This should light up nicely. Let's see what we get going here. Lord. Hope the rest of the day isn't like this. Yeah, I got the dry stuff I could find, but because of the dew, it's a little wet. A big honking nest. All right. No more playing around. Yeah, that's what I said last time.
Okay. No, it's going to keep on. It's going to catch.
Nope. It did not. You would think, but no. Some days they're just that way.
Is it too much to wonder? I'll be here waiting. I'll be here waiting, waiting.
Yay! Can finally make breakfast.
I was gonna say, is there a reason why you put it kind of up against the rock instead of...
Yeah, because well, mainly over here because I wasn't going to build a big fire. I just need the coals to run my Dutch oven.
Okay.
So I'm making biscuits and gravy for breakfast. So yeah, that's why I did it. Because I just want to burn a couple pieces of wood. I don't want to use all of our stuff up because that way we won't cut any firewood tonight. So, but I do need some coals for the biscuits. There we go. Now we're in business. Finally. I don't usually have that much trouble. Well, it's good to have a challenge, I suppose. Sharpen this knife. And we're going to make biscuits in this Dutch oven. These are just instant ones. I'm not going to go to the trouble of making a fresh one. So these are just store-bought ones. The ones that want to blow up in your face and always make you freak out when you open them. Like that. So when you're doing the Dutch oven with the biscuits, you want to put the biscuits in the center of the oven together as best you can. At least that's what I like to do. There's like a couple of them. Try to keep them from touching the sides because they get a little warm on the sides. You do it if you have to, but get a little tight in there. So rearrange them a little bit here. One in the middle. Get a little crowded. There we go. There you go. Then I'll show you at the fire what you do with this. The secret to cooking these in the Dutch oven is not to put too many coals on the bottom. Just a few on the bottom and a whole bunch on the lid. And that's that simple. No breakfast is complete without a bunch of dust in it. Cut the coal here. Just a couple. Do it. Leave about 30 minutes and we'll check in on it. Bacon. Gotta make it crispy. Oh, that'll be so delicious. Did I tell you I'm a spy? Of course not. So this is going to become our gravy. Once we make sure all of this stuff is picked up. Looking pretty good. Never done it with potatoes before, so we'll see how this turns out. If you watched my earlier videos, we're going to do the same thing that I did in my kitchen during the big storm. Basically, I'm going to throw the flour in there, mix it with the grease, and then we'll put the milk in on top of it. Since I only have 2 hands, we're not going to pull it up like I did in the video, but we've got enough. We do have enough grease there to make it pretty thick and thick. So, put this to the side. Grab my spoon wherever it went to. There's my spoon. And here we go. Mix it into the flour so we don't get the lumps and bumps. See, that's kind of just mixing in with the grease there. Now we keep you from having the lumpy, clumpy gravy stuff. And just put the grease on there. I don't think he's ever going to stop being a puppy. I swear. And he has milk. Probably need to turn it down a little bit. What? Huh? Oh. There we go. And we'll come back when it's done. Just let it simmer. Should be ready about the same time as the biscuits. Hopefully they all turn out right. It's not an exact science, that's for sure. Well, that's looking pretty good. Let's check the biscuits. Dun dun dun. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I said good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Harley.
I'll lick it.
I lick it. I lick everything. No, not done yet. Getting there. We shall check in a few minutes. There we go. Finished product. Yummy. Along with eggs and sausage and peppers.
Oh, yes.
Compliments of the neighbors.
Yeah.
So we're at a different location here, just a little ways from camp. Catching some fish. Pretty cool place. Just caught one. Nothing big though. Nothing really big ever in any of these creeks really. Nah, let him go. I'm not gonna cook any fish tonight, so I'm letting them all go. I had enough to feed everybody I've caught this afternoon so far. Yeah, she's easy to feed with fish.
No makeup.
Say howdy.
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 It was an awesome trip. Everybody's leaving. We're gonna stick one more night out, me and Liz and the dogs. And I don't know if Alan's coming or not.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got another company.
Any parting words?
It's great.
It was awesome. Yes,
Good
awesome.
time.
Had a great time.
It's fun. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Peace. The dogs have just met their first drone. This is my friend Alan and his wife Anna. They stopped in for the night. We'll get more into that later. But look at the amazement. This thing is a cool little machine he's got here. I can't even see it. I don't even know where it's at.
I'm trying to keep an eye on it.
Oh, you can't even see it. That thing is cool. Man, it's got a good optics on that.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Well, in the meantime, this is Alan. He's awesome. He makes awesome films about really cool things. You should look him up. I've enjoyed every one I've watched. And now he's embarrassed. This is Anna. She takes all the pictures for him. And she hides behind her camera. And she doesn't like somebody else's camera. They're awesome. We'll get more into that. Right, Soph? That's right. Oh, there it is. That is so cool. That thing is slick.
Sit there. Sit on
Harley, sit. Harley, sit. That is cool. That is really neat.
What is that, puppy dog? What is that?
What is that? That's not a dog bone.
It sounds like bees. Well, everybody, this is my friend Alan and Anna McGarkle, wonderful filmmakers. I can't remember all the titles of your movies, but I love every one of them.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
You've slowly become our biggest fan.
Hey, they're awesome, man. Especially that Western and the Alien UFO Bigfoot connection movie. which I'm sure I slaughtered the title, but that was awesome.
Hey, it's a crazy title.
It's just, well, it's just like my website and stuff, I understand. But they came up here to hang out with me for the night and to check out my elbow,
Yep.
which it's got a weird thing in it that we don't know what it is. Yeah. That has yet to be determined, or how we're going to yank it out, or if we want to. We're getting conflicting messages there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But while they're up here, we actually found a really cool cave behind the camp here, which I'll be taking pictures of that. Actually, Alan found that. I walked kind of, well, I didn't walk by it. It was behind me, but it looks like a bear den. But there's also some really interesting tracks, but it was getting dark and we didn't want to muck up all the evidence there, so we'll be checking that in the morning. But that was a great find. Excellent.
Yeah, I walked by it the first time. I don't know.
It's big.
It is big.
It is very big. But
It's definitely not a natural cave. It was dug out by something.
yeah, definitely, definitely a bear den. I've seen many of them, but to have it this close like this, kind of unusual. But you know, that time of year, things down here kind of shut off and nobody's up here. So,
Yeah, really cool.
but these guys have been into UFOs and Bigfoot and ghosts and all the paranormal stuff for years.
Yeah, for sure.
So how exactly did you guys get into this, and what is your real interest? I mean, what's your favorite one to investigate?
You go? Anna's used to being behind the camera.
I know that she's all awkward and cute over there.
Well, for me, it started, you know, back when I was a kid going into my teenage years, and I started watching a show called Sightings, which was on television that would cover everything. Interesting fact, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. And Tim White, who was the host of Sightings, actually was a news anchor in Cleveland after that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
After that show. So he'd turn on the news. I'm Tim White. You just kept waiting for a story. So that's what really got me interested in it. And then, so I started sort of looking at paranormal at first because I was interested in it. I had to do a research paper in college for English, compare and contrast. I was like, I'm going to do one on paranormal ghosts, you know, sort of pro and con. So I did my first little ghost investigation for that term paper, and had activity, EVPs I recorded my first time out that were just blood-curdling screams and things that we didn't hear when we were there, so I really was hooked on it. And then one day, me and my buddy Jesse, we went up to visit my parents who live up in the Adirondack Mountains in upstate New York. And I was like, let's find something weird to do up there. So I was like, oh, well, we should go look for Bigfoot. And I found a place that has Bigfoot reports coming out for years. So we took this crazy hike. There was rattlesnakes, and it was straight up the mountain, and it kicked our butts. And halfway up there, we had this experience where we heard something crashing down. It was probably about a half an hour before we actually got up to where the noise was. And it was this tree that had been twisted about 10 feet up, twisted around and over the trail, blocking the trail, and there's just like green sap running out. I mean, this just happened. This was the noise we heard. So we were so distraught from being overwhelmed with our hike that we were ill prepared for that we sort of just walked around it and kept on going. And, you know, we got back and like, you know, I really felt like someone was following us on the upper ridge the whole time, and we felt like we sort of had a Bigfoot experience. So we got back to Ohio, and we were like, Bigfoot, Ohio, and Bigfoot, Ohio Bigfoot conference came up. So like, it's in 2 weeks. Guess where we're going? So we went down there, and we met some people, and I just bought a really nice video camera, and I wanted to make a movie. I wanted to make a horror movie. So I was like, this would be a good chance for me to film something. I'll bring it down there. So then we were at the conference, and it was cool, but I noticed that the guy was filming it with this little tiny kind of crappy camera. And I was like, hey, you know, next year I got this really sweet camera. I can film it for you. So we kind of got into filming. So that turned into running the audio video for the Ohio conference. That's where I met all the who's who of Bigfoot, you know, all the Finding Bigfoot cast and Esteban Sarmiento. All these guys got to hang out from behind the scenes, and then, you know, we got taken under the wing of the BFRO of Ohio and eventually brought in, and so it just turned into this whole big thing for Jesse and I. And then eventually, yeah, it brought me to Colorado. I don't want to spoil some of Anna's story here, but
Awesome. I'm glad it did.
yeah. So it's been probably a 10-year journey, probably going on 11 years now since that first New York trip I started going.
Cool. Hopefully we got many more.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're hooked now.
Today's been great.
It has been. That's how I sort of got started.
So I was always like really scared of the paranormal and stuff like that. And then eventually my parents took me and my friend to stay at the family hotel, which was famously haunted. And I was really scared, and the whole night, like, I barely moved, and I got really hot under the covers because I was, like, trying to, like, cover myself. But there was one point during the night where it felt like something came in and sat on the bed, like I could, like, feel the pressure, like, pushing it. And I was, like, totally still the whole time. But after that, it kind of, like, I was still scared, but I was interested.
I have a
wanted to know more,
story for
know?
you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So me and another friend, we started staying at the family hotel a lot, and we went to the Molly Brown house on its first paranormal thing open to the public. I started watching those monster quests and things like that, so I was kind of into it. And then I was working for my dad, and he has a company that sells them these, like, the topics of a video to make for him to produce. And one time they were like, hey, you need to make a thing on Bigfoot. And I was like, I will take that.
Perfect.
Fun.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there was this whole,
Look what got you.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that there was this whole, like, community surrounding Bigfoot conferences and, you know, all this stuff. And eventually I went to Ohio for the adventure weekends.
Yeah, Jesse and I started an event in Ohio, a camping event called Bigfoot Adventure Weekends, which we now do in Colorado. And
It
Jason
was awesome
part of it.
last
It was
year.
So awesome.
But
But
again this year too.
it was kind of developed to give people an experience. It's not about, you know, oh, I got to meet the guys from television show. It's about, you're going to have an adventure you're never going to forget. So we create these lifetime memories and lifetime friendships that happen at this event. So we created that event, and we just finished the 10th year in Ohio this year. And that's where Anna's dad contacted us about filming for their television show, and that's sort of how this sort of got kicked off.
Last year's event was amazing, and that's where we met.
Yeah.
Last year, it was
I'm telling you,
great.
I met so many people through that.
It was fun. Yeah.
And then we started doing some, because he was into paranormal, and his friend Jesse was into paranormal and stuff. We started doing, like, we would rent out these places in Ohio and then sell tickets to, like, lead investigations So I started doing that for a while. In Colorado, we started doing, like, filming it, so making TV shows. So I'm no longer scared. Like,
That's
so many
awesome.
things happen.
Yeah, you get more used to it. Yeah.
But that's how we met. You know, Anna came to Ohio and we met there, and now I moved out to Colorado. We're married and we live out here together.
And she's going to open a sandwich shop. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, she's gonna open a sandwich shop.
I don't actually, like, taste the sandwiches.
Yeah, that's right. So of like all your paranormal things, can you pick like one event that was your most amazing one that you feel that you'd like to tell anybody about?
Well, again, another shameless plug. We're in the middle of season 2 filming for our television show called Trails to the Unknown, where me, Anna, and my buddy Jesse, we pack it in the car. We take a road trip to some mysterious haunted Bigfoot place, wherever, and we spend the night and do whatever we can to have an investigation. So for season 1, we were invited by the owners of the Glen Isle Resort to stay in the lodge, locked up, like all by ourselves.
Awesome.
We're the only ones in the whole lodge.
That place has been around forever.
Yeah, it's like 1850s or
Yeah.
1880s or something. So this old lodge, and it's got all these creepy dolls in there because the previous owners used to have all this doll collection. So
That's just creepy altogether.
it's really creepy in there. And then there's Native American artifacts and
Oh, yeah.
just the whole 9 yards. And we were in there, just the 3 of us, all the doors locked, and it's probably like 2 in the morning, and just everything you can imagine sort of happening. Lights turning on and off,
Awesome.
disembodied voices, like all of our equipment's going off. We had the camera shut off on its own. It's just all kinds of crazy stuff. That was probably our most active event we ever had. So that's probably
That's
number
cool.
1. Yeah.
That's amazing. I don't know how you guys. I've had ghost encounters, but it's always been on accidents, like the UFO stuff. I don't chase either one of them. I'll go out and have a hamburger with Bigfoot, but I don't.
Yeah.
The other stuff, it just creeps me out. I don't know how you do it. Gets me the willies.
Well, all of this stuff has been a process. You know, we all started out scared. I remember my first Bigfoot encounter. Me and Jesse, we went on night ops. It was 15 minutes because I'm like, no, this is the big no for me. It takes a while to get used to it.
But yeah, outdoors versus indoors, two totally different things.
Yeah, it is scary out there.
Yeah.
There's real things out there.
Yeah, there are like bears
Like bears, yeah.
right across the river. How about you?
Well, I that just happened a couple months ago. We were in a place called the Boyd House,
A little
And-
town called Boyd, Michigan. There's like 4 people that live there.
Wow.
and we were just kind of, it was in the day, we were just filming, walking around, kind of checking the place out. And upstairs, I was walking out of this, what used to be a children's room, and I had my headphones on because I was having my mom on. And through the headphones, I heard children laughing, like loud and clear. They didn't hear it, so I was like getting teary-eyed for some reason. Like I wasn't scared. It was just like.
It's emotional
Oh,
when
yeah.
something happens.
Anything like that's emotional.
It is, yeah.
And then so when I replayed it later, I looked, and you can't hear laughing, but you can hear a child's voice. So something like that is like impactful because if it's just me that heard it, or something just happened to me, it's like, did that really happen? You know. But when there's actual evidence,
Yeah.
then it's like, okay.
That's what gets me about this. You can get up in the morning, you heard something, and there's a track.
Yeah.
And something took a bite out of your...
Outside, aren't you?
Well, good morning. Morning of the last day. We'll pack up and head home. Had some very interesting events last night. And this battery is dying. All right then. Anyway, we're going to check out the bear den a little bit closer. See what kind of tracks we can find. Clean up and head home. Did have something walking around last night. I think I got it on the recorder, but we'll see. And we'll check it out. Bye. All right, so we're gonna go check out the bear den and the light, and we'll see if Harley freaks out because we're across the river and he can't cross the river. We'll see. Say good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Alan.
Perfect. That'll make a great screenshot. All right, let's go across here. Ta-da. You can see just how close this bear den is to our camp. It is a big one. Oh, and Harley has discovered we crossed. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. It's just the water. Come on, bud. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Well, come on.
Poor Harley.
He hates the water. Hates it. No, he hasn't been on this side of the river yet.
I was gonna bring my flashlight.
It looks like it's pretty well caved in now.
It goes up a little bit.
Yeah, it's caved in.
Oh, okay. So this is a dead end.
Yep. It's caved in now onto the footprints we found yesterday. Let's see.
Here?
I don't know. Yep. Yep, that's mine. Come here, Sophie. Sophie, come here. Come here. Big girl. There were footprints here yesterday. I don't know if they were bears or what, but it was too dark to tell. Oh, that's interesting. That's definitely a foot.
Really?
Could be a barefoot. I don't see any claws on it though. It's right here. It's got a pretty sharp heel though. It might be a bear. Let's see if we can find another one.
Even for a bear, this seems like a heck of a climb.
It's pretty steep. I mean, I'm having to brace with another hand. Any much more steeper, it'd be vertical.
Yeah.
That was definitely a footprint though, some sort. Here's another one. I don't think that's a bear, man. I don't see any claws on it. It's right here.
There's another one of these slides just over there too.
Weird. Very interesting. But you can see that it goes all the way up. It's quite steep. I climbed it yesterday. It's not here. Oh. Well, anyway, very cool. You can see Allen way down there now. And chauffeurs. Harley! That poor boy. Him and his fear of water. Thing is slick. Whew. And we're on top of the bear den. Thing's big, look like a mine shaft. Back to what I was saying, we're not the top of the food chain out here. And there it is. Here's another one, Alan. Yeah. This looks like maybe toes up here. Hard to say. Come on, Soph. Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're just looking for it. Come here, Soph. Thank you. You stick around. You don't have to meet all the neighbors. Young dog. Silly dog. All right. A little bit of a weird thing. I'll include this because it is relevant. So day before yesterday, I had a big interview with Alan and Anna, and talking about something that we don't know what it is. We tested it, and it appeared. Well, I noticed it. I won't say it appeared. I noticed it after some pretty big events that happened last year, a year ago. Actually, pretty close to almost exactly a year ago. And so I got this weird thing in my elbow. Try to hold this for you. They showed up after a very busy Bigfoot weekend. You see that? And it's solid. We tested it at camp over the weekend. As far as we can tell, it doesn't emit any radioactivity or EMF stuff or anything like that. But there was some missing time and some other weird things that happened about the same time, and I didn't notice it until about 2 weeks later. So anyway, my friend who's a chiropractor and x-ray guy and all that stuff, he does all that stuff. And I said, can we look at this thing in my elbow? Because he's felt it too. And yeah, so we're going to head over and get an x-ray. We'll see what happens. I'm guessing probably nothing, because it really, the other stuff we've done has shown nothing. But either way, just for peace of mind, I want it out of there. We just want to get pictures of it. I'll either talk to my doctor and maybe she can remove it, or if we really want to get gruesome, I'll remove it myself, which I've been known to do such things. But anyway, so we're going to head over and get some x-rays, and that's it. See where it goes. Stay tuned. Maybe. Truly weird. Truly weird.